Got a quick tuning question from Abzauris. Says that the problem he has is fast vibration on punch outs. Uh, 9 times out of 10, fast vibration on punch outs is going to be excess P gain. You are using Lux Float, and your roll and pitch P gains, off the top of my head, they don't look abnormal. But your yaw P gain seems like it might be high. So let's take a look at your logs. And the first thing I did is I looked at roll, because 99% of the time, well, maybe not 99% of the time, a lot of the time you'll see with a mini quad, there's roll oscillations. Um, but in fact, if we look at your roll, we do sometimes see a few oscillations. Without looking at your flight video, obviously it's impossible for me to know exactly what you're doing here. But overall, roll doesn't look too bad. There's some movement, uh, but nothing crazy. And in fact, when you bring up your throttle, here we go, roll settles right down. And as you drop the throttle, that's when you start to see some oscillation on roll. Oh, and here, now I'm guessing you're doing like a prop wash descent here. That's my guess as to what's going on there because you've lowered the throttle. I don't know. So your roll P gain may be a smidge high. I might drop it down a little just because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to the black box traces. But honestly, there's a very good chance that when you're flying, you really don't see much of this. You see a little. If we look at the gyro, you can see a little bit of movement in the gyro corresponding to the P term. So I might drop roll a little bit. But that's not high throttle oscillations. And in fact, as I showed you, when you bring your throttle up, your P term on roll settles right down and becomes very well behaved. Okay, so that's not the cause. Now I'm not even going to look at pitch. I'm going to look at pitch. But I don't think pitch is going to be a problem here either, because if roll wasn't a problem, pitch is usually more damped on a mini quad, not less. And sure enough, as you raise your throttle, don't see a lot of oscillations here. Do see some movement in the pitch. Pitch has more sort of constant oscillation, so I would lower pitch a little bit more than roll. So your pitch is at 1.7. I would take your pitch down to about 1.5. Your roll is with like 1.1. I would take it down to maybe 1.0. That's my thought, and I think that'll clean this up a little bit. But none of that explains high throttle oscillations. And again, in fact, you raise the throttle, your P term settles right down, and you're doing better at high throttle. So that leaves only one axis, and that's yaw. And if we look at yaw, holy mackerel, P term constantly oscillating on yaw all the time, going back and forth, never stops, all the time, 100% of the time. And sure enough, if we look, oh, it's even worse now. Bingo, that's your problem. Lower your P gain on yaw, and things will get better. That's the answer, in my opinion. Happy flying.